Good girl. Sit. Hey, it's Alex, the Brainy Meathead. And if you're anything like me, you love your dogs and you want to keep them safe. So I want to share with you my top tips that I use when walking my dogs to keep them safe. Number one, I like using dual collars on my dog. They have the standard leather collar, which again, you don't want to have it too tight, that has their dog tags, etc. But sometimes when you're walking your dog, if they're excitable, they can go ahead and pull out and slip out of their dog collar. And if you're in an urban area or high traffic, it could be a little bit dangerous for them. So I like to use these Martingale collars as a second backup, as a primary collar when I walk the dog. I don't leave it on them because it could be a choking hazard. Basically, this was designed for greyhounds. They have small heads. They can easily slip out. You adjust it to your dog's head so it doesn't completely choke it, but it kind of closes in a little so they can't slip it off. Typically, I'll have that one on the main clip on my leash. Then I'll use one of these safety clips. You can get them on Amazon. You can get them in any, I guess, pet supermarket or pet mart. I clip that to the back part of the actual brass clip on the leash. And basically, it's not too complicated to get it on the dog. Little plastic insert. I put this on my trusty Stella, and then just clip the other one onto the dog. As you can see, she's got the Martingale collar. She's got the backup collar, and that way, should she see a cat, another dog, or just get a little goofy, I've got her secured. Right, girl? The next recommendation is a biothane lead. This is made out of webbing, and it has a cover on it. It's rot-proof. It's super strong. Highly recommended by dog trainers. I've got the 6-foot model. Continuing, and all credit to Mike Ricklin, Navy SEAL. He has a couple of dog books, one in particular, Team Dog, gets into the psychology of dog training. He recommends one of these carabiners, and you put it on your leash. By the way, this is my little poop bag holder. Why do you want a little carabiner? If you need to go hands-free for whatever reason, you can put the leash around your waist. You clip it, and then now if you got to deal with your dog, I typically walk 2 dogs at the same time, so if one gets tangled, now I've got hands-free to do whatever I got to do. I got to make a phone call, but my dog is safe and secure. I can also attach this to a fence, to a post, whatever device is needed. And again, especially important when you're walking 2 dogs because you do get tangled, so it's good. Further, I tend to ruck when I walk my dogs. I put a rucksack with about 50 pounds on it for exercise. So I've got another clip on the shoulder straps. So what I do is I'll clip this to the shoulder strap on my rucksack, and now I can use both my hands when I walk. The dogs are loose, and we're all having a good time. So highly recommend the carabiner. On me? Good girl. Good girl. One thing that you don't see, if your dog isn't chipped, get them chipped. Most dogs that come from the pound or from a rescue service will already be chipped. That way, if they get lost, either at the pound or the vet, they can scan them and find out who they belong to. Also, so have a recent picture of your dog, because puppy pictures will do no good if your dog's already an adult. Especially if you want to post a reward poster, or you want to go on any of the interwebs, Nextdoor, Facebook, whatever you use to put people on alert that you've lost your dog and find them. On the theme of lost dogs, I highly recommend the Apple tag. If you've got Samsung or whatever the other platform is, I'm sure they have something similar. These are pretty cheap now. I got 4 for $89, so less than $25 each. I have one on each of my dog's collars. That way, should they get loose, especially New Year's, 4th of July, dogs get a little bit anxious. They can jump a fence. They can get away from you. At least you have a way to track them. I know that these things are Bluetooth, but they ping off other phones. Not sure how the technology works, but I do know that it works because I've experimented where I've been miles away from my house, and I still get a signal on where my dog is located. So again, cheap little investment, and goes a long way towards finding your dog, God forbid, if they get lost. The next tips are more situational. If you walk your dogs either early in the morning or late in the evening and it can get dark, this is made by Night Eyes. It's a blinky collar. It's you can't see it now because I'm in the sunlight, but I'll show some pictures of it in action when it's dark. You put it around the dog's neck and it blinks. So now you can see it, people can see it, cars can see it, and it gives the dog a high level visibility. Nice thing about this, it comes in one size. You cut it to fit. And again, even if it gets caught on something, it breaks apart pretty easy. So it's a nice little insurance policy. Um, I put that on if I am already leaving and I know it's going to be dark. One thing I like to keep on my leash on both my dogs is a little reflector tab. These cost pennies on Amazon, and basically that way I have an extra layer of insurance if I get caught out late in the evening when I'm walking my dog. It's dark now. There's a little reflector that's close to the dog, so if a car is coming, it'll shine it up, and at least between the dog and me, they'll be able to see that we're there. If you're not doing this already, I highly recommend that you clicker train your dog to snacks, even if you just train them to one command, on me, or to come and give you their full attention. These clickers, you can buy them on Amazon or at any pet department store, etc. And you could always have these little snacks on you. I like this bag in particular. It's made out of rubber, magnetic seal, and allows me to carry my little doggy snacks. Why? Sometimes, again, especially with two dogs, I'm walking, there's a cat, there's another dog. I want to redirect them toward my way. Maybe there's a mom, the baby carriage, maybe little kids walking, and my dogs are very friendly, but they're very demonstrative. So all I got to do is say, on me, sits, good girl. And at least that way, I get their attention to me. I've used it many times, especially when somebody's coming. I can see that they're nervous. They don't, they may be afraid of dogs. I just kind of step off to the side. Stella, on me, sits, good girl, good girl. I don't always give them a snack, but you're doing such a good job. You're getting a bonus one. Good girl. Next tip. I know it sounds crazy, but an air horn. I was doing some research on dog resorts earlier in the year, and I saw the handlers walking around with air horns. I asked them, what's up with that? They said it's the best way to break up a dog fight. So sometimes you may be coming across either a stray dog or somebody's dog gets loose, and unfortunately, sometimes you come across people that let their dogs just run loose. So if it's an aggressive dog and it comes towards yours and you want to shush them away or just kind of create a gap, the air horn works, according to these guys. I haven't used it. Some people carry sticks, or I know mailmen carry pepper spray. I'd rather not hurt somebody's dog, so if I can use something that's not directly harmful but gets their attention, helps me separate the dogs, more power to it. Not sure if it works exactly, but according to the experts at the dog resort, it works like a charm. Finally, this has less to do with the dogs per se, more with you. But if you're walking, your dogs are walking in the early morning or late evening, I highly suggest that you carry a flashlight. You can shine your dog. You can kind of alert traffic if somebody's coming that you're here. I live in a neighborhood that has a lot of trees. It gets really dark at night, so it's important for me to have a light. By shining the dog, especially on that little tag, it kind of reflects, so it's an extra safety measure. And last but not least, some sort of cutting device, particularly a knife. I recommend either a rescue knife that has a flat point. They've got small ones, or something with a hawk bill like this that makes it hard to stab. That way, should the leash get entangled in something, or you need to cut away the collar, you have something that allows you to do the job. But as you can tell by the curved nature of this blade, kind of hard to stab, so you can use it to cut. Anyway, that's it. Those are my safety tips. These guys mean everything to us, right? When I leave in the morning, I walk up, I start my day with a smile. When I come home at night, they greet me, and I end my day with a smile. So I want to make sure that they're safe. Please, any tips that you have, anything you want to share it in the notes so I can read them, other dog owners can read them, and hopefully we keep our little guys safe. All right, Alex, the Brainy Meathead, out.